How's it going, everybody? Martha Cross 316 back with another comic book flashback, and we are looking at the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 34. This issue came out in March of 1966, and as we look at the cover here, we are seeing the return of Kraven the Hunter. Now, we haven't seen Kraven the Hunter since Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 1, as he teamed up with the Sinister Six. He's a member of the Sinister Six, but we haven't seen Kraven the Hunter since then, so it's exciting to see exactly what he's going to be doing in this issue. The title of this issue is The Thrill of the Hunt, and so we're going to be focusing on the word hunt in this issue. It plays a big role in this issue. And as always, this is brought to you by Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, and Sam Rosen. So we start out the issue here. We have Kraven the Hunter, and he's in his trophy room, and we see all of the animals that he has been able to conquer over the years. But there is still one enemy that Kraven the Hunter craves the most, and that is Spider-Man. He wants to defeat Spider-Man, get his mask, and put it on this lifelike decoy so that he can make the claim that he has defeated Spider-Man. And as we recall from issue number 15, Kraven the Hunter has been barred from coming into the United States. He is an illegal citizen. He is from Russia. And he's going to find a way to get back into America so that he can fight Spider-Man. And so we finally transition here. We have with Betty Brant and Peter Parker, and it looks like Peter Parker is going to reveal that he's Spider-Man. But we come to find out that this is only a dream, and Betty Brant is still obsessed with trying to figure out who is Peter Parker. Why is he just so mysterious? Why can't he just tell me exactly what's been going on? So Betty Brant's still wondering about Peter Parker. We see Peter Parker. He's in his study. He's trying to prepare for classes. He's finally stress-free from having to worry from Aunt May. The doctor says Aunt May can come home, so Aunt May looks to be in perfect health. We return to the college here, where it's ESU. We recall that we saw Gwen Stacy and Harry Osborn in issue 31, so we see them again in this issue. We see that Gwen Stacy drops a book out of her locker. Peter Parker comes to pick it up, and then she puts her foot on the book as a way of showing, you know what, you're not going to be nice to me when you want to. And so, as we recall from issue 31, Peter Parker was kind of giving people the cold shoulder. He was just obsessed with worrying about Aunt May's health, that it's upset the classmates of Peter Parker. But Peter Parker can't worry about it right now. He has to make up for all the missed lab work he has to do, but it still shows that Gwen Stacy is attracted to Peter Parker. She's wondering, why doesn't he show me attention? Why is he so mysterious and being quiet? So that's giving a lot of attraction to her. We see Peter Parker here. He's getting out of school. He sees the police car, but he doesn't turn to Spider-Man. He just lets the police handle it. And then we see Kraven the Hunter. He returns to the Chameleon's old hideout. We recall from issue 15 that Chameleon and Kraven the Hunter teamed up together to try to defeat Spider-Man, but that did not work out. So we're going to see how Kraven the Hunter is going to plot and scheme of how he's going to defeat Spider-Man. We return here. We have Peter Parker and Aunt May. They are both watching TV. Peter Parker's like, man, stop feeding me so much junk. I mean, we've already ate supper and stuff, but Aunt May loves them. Then we see Spider-Man here, and it looks like Spider-Man has been threatening J. Jonah Jameson. And so J. Jonah Jameson's going to eat this up. He's going to be writing about it in his editorials, but we come to find out that this is not Peter Parker Spider-Man. This is Kraven the Hunter. He has been disguising himself, imitating himself as Spider-Man. And lo and behold, Peter Parker comes to find out that he has been pretty much seen an imposter on TV. As the news shows this, he about swallows his apple or bites his tongue while he's eating his apple. But he doesn't want to leave Aunt May behind. I mean, Aunt May's just finally come back from the hospital, so he has to lay low for a while just so he can spend time with his aunt. And after those days of just laying low, we see one after another that this imitation of Spider-Man continues to threaten J. Jonah Jameson. And as always, J. Jonah Jameson's eating it up. So Peter Parker returns to school. He's seeing all the hubbub about things going on. People are starting to hate Spider-Man. They think he's a crook. So Peter Parker's like, you know what? I have to do something about this. And finally, a distraction comes for Aunt May. It's Aunt May's dear friend, May Watson. And so remember, that's their neighbor. So May Watson's going to give Aunt May some company. So Peter Parker's like, hey, I'm going to go see a movie, Aunt May. She's like, okay, don't see a scary one. So finally, Peter Parker changes to Spider-Man. And right at the get-go, Spider-Man comes across the imitation of himself. So the imposter. So we see a little bit of a goose chase here as we see both Spider-Man and the imposter chasing each other. And we also see these crooks, like, you know what, they're trying to find Spider-Man. Let's go try to track him down and defeat him. So they're going to try to get in the way. And then right here we see the revelation of who this imposter Spider-Man is, and that is Kraven the Hunter. Kraven the Hunter has been posing as Spider-Man to get Spider-Man's attention. Kraven sprays this animal scent on Spider-Man, so that he can track down Spider-Man, so he won't lose his availability of tracking down Spider-Man. And then we see Kraven the Hunter. He has used all these traps to try to track down Spider-Man to capture him. And so this main fight is going to take place in this abandoned building. And Kraven the Hunter has set up all these booby traps to try to capture Spider-Man. And we also have this distraction here of all this gang here. It's called the Nell Hogan Gang. And they're going to try to track down Spider-Man. But of course, Spider-Man takes down these crooks easily. And so they pose no threat to him. And we see right here where we're going to see the main action for this comic. So we see some great artwork from Steve Ditko here, Kraven the Hunter and Spider-Man going one blow after the other. Both are evenly matched. But then we see the Nell Hogan gang here. They come to try to take down Spider-Man, and we see Kraven and Spider-Man take down this gang. And then we resume here. We're still on a wild goose chase, And so Kraven's like, where did he go? He finally finds Spider-Man, uses the distraction of a falling piece of building here or of a ledge, and he falls right on top of Spider-Man's back and swoops into this window. Once again, great action from just this scene here with Spider-Man and Kraven the Hunter. Who's going to come out on top here? We're going to find out here shortly. We see Spider-Man and Kraven one blow after the other, but Spider-Man finally gives one final blow to Kraven the Hunter, webs him up, and that's the end of this great battle here between Kraven the Hunter and Spider-Man. So the police finally arrive on the scene. They see that they don't not only see Kraven the Hunter, but also this gang. Spider-Man's like, I could take some photos, but then I'd have to go back to the Daily Bugle and then be confronted by Betty Brant, and I just don't want to deal with that right now. Kraven the Hunter swore at the beginning of the fight that if Spider-Man captured him, he would tell the police exactly how he impostered Spider-Man. So that's what he does. He tells the police exactly what happened. J. Jonah Jameson gets word of it. He's like, daggone it. I thought I had Spider-Man right there, but Spider-Man is innocent. But the biggest revelation here in this story is we come to find out that Betty Brant has quit her job and she's being replaced by this other lady here. So we're going to try to figure out, why did Betty Brant quit her job? We're going to find that out next issue. And we just see the return of Peter Parker. He comes back home from just that big fight with Kraven the Hunter. And he's like, you know what? I just can't confront Betty Brant about this. She's still never going to accept me as Spider-Man, so it's just a worthless cause. And so that's how we end this issue. Hope you liked it. Go ahead, Give this video a like and subscribe if you have not. And next issue, we're going to see the return of this great villain here, which is the Molten Man. So get ready for that in issue number 35. Hope to see you there. Until next time, see you soon.